Hello everyone, thank you very much for watching today. So today, just a short one, but it's a reminder. I know I've said these things before in many of my videos, but you gotta, these are a few things that you have to remember every day, or every day you want to work. Because I don't say you have to work 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, but your days that you're going to work and you're going to prospect, you need to know your daily number. Your number. What number of good, serious, one-on-one conversations with people. So I'm going to do a little bit of math with you. Now, the most important thing about knowing your number, it gets rid of your fear. Every day I coach agents, and especially the newer ones, or the ones obviously not even close to where they want to be someday, is the fear that they're going to try and work day after day after day and not get new clients, new buyers, new sellers. They just worried because you do it. How many of you, all of us, everyone in real estate has worked a whole day, at least one, most people, many days they've worked and not gotten a new buyer and a new seller. I would say most of the time you do not get that day. It's kind of like baseball. When you bat 300, when 3 out of 10, that's a good batting average if you're getting in three out of 10 hits. Now, you have to think of that way with prospecting. You're going to have to make several calls, have several conversations before you get one client, and it's a fact. I mean, it's documented. It's history of selling and sales in real estate that the amount of contacts you make is the direct result with how many clients you get. Again, back to baseball. Some people, some players, some real estate players are better at it, or have just a more of a knack for it, that they're going to hit the ball or get a hit or get a buyer and go to get a seller more often than other agents. But I bet you, if you stand there up at the plate and someone's throwing a 90-mile-an-hour fastball and you swing the bat hard enough or often enough, you're going to get a hit eventually. But your whole goal as being better is to hone your skills. So, and you can't do that without swinging the bat. Are you getting this reference? Are you getting this reference? If you do not have conversations with many people every day, every week, every month, for a long period of time, no one just starts playing in the major leagues from day one. So you're just starting. If you're new in the business, or you are at that level, you're a lower level than where you want to be. You're in peewees. You gotta learn and practice, and all you could do swinging the bat practice is talking to people. So remember this: 50 quality conversations equals 1 sale. So I want to do I wrote down some notes here to remind myself, because I don't have my calculator in front of me, I don't have a board behind me, but I'm going to do some math for you so you know how small that number can be to be where you want it to be. Example, you want to sell 20 houses a year. 20 houses a year is 4 times the national average of sales. It's 4 times. The national average is 5 sales a year. I've done the math. 5.5 million sales in 2019. I didn't see the 2020 numbers yet, though. And over 1.5 million realtors. That's less than 5. That's it. I know there's 2 sides to it, so it could go anywhere from, let's say, 4 sales per agent to, I know there's 2 sides, could go 8 is the top. So 8. Let's go be generous. 8 sales a year per agent in the United States. So if you're doing 20, you're doing definitely more than double than what the average agent's doing. So if you want 20 sales and you have to talk to 50 people or have 50 quality conversations. You might have to call 100 people to get 50 conversations. So 50, so that's 1,000. So if you want 20 transactions, you have to have 1,000 good conversations each year and building relationships with people. How many of that is a month? And well, let's be conservative on this, or be generous, that you only work 10 months a year. We'll just say because you're not working all 12 months, every day of the month, 10 months, that's 100 100 calls a month. Conversations, not calls, conversations. And if you divide that by 20 working days, just 4 weeks, Monday through Friday, that's 5 quality conversations. That's it. 5 quality conversations a day. That's all you need to do. But you have to build that database. You have to have those people to call. You have to have work on that because you got to get up to the plate. You got to know, you got to have someone to talk to. You have to have baseball. You could stand up in the plate, but you need something. Something's got to throw you a pitch to practice. So, yeah. And with real estate, back to that comparison, you could throw your own pitches to yourself. You have to find the people to call. So that's it. If you want 20 sales, if you want to take out the fear, take out the worry, if I'm going to sell 20 houses over this year or over the next 12 months, I've got to practice and I have to have minimum 5 good quality conversations a year or a day with 1,000 people over the year. Now, all those 1,000 people, those should be, in my opinion, 1,000 good conversations, no more than 2 per person. I mean, you could call more often, but you should have at least 500 people in your database that you're talking to that are good contacts, people that are going to be buying or selling in the future, people that will refer you to other people, people that know you, like you, trust you, and they see you in other aspects. They're on your social media. They're in your farm area. They're in your network of friends, acquaintances, and your community. And you door knock or you do open houses in their area. It can't be just conversations. You got to have all that. You have an email campaign, text message them. Back to, I don't want to go on for an hour about all the things you can do to touch base with these people, but you have to pick up the phone. You got to pick up the phone and have a conversation with these people. So this doesn't mean 5 text messages. It doesn't mean 5 you like something on their Facebook. Doesn't mean 5 you sent them an email. This is 5 good quality conversations, keeping a connection with them, seeing how they're doing, see if they need your help buying or selling, when you're refreshing your database of when they think they're going to move or when they might need your services a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. When will they need your service? So you can put those in your notes and remind yourself to follow up more often when it gets closer, and then ask for referrals. Do you know anybody buying or selling a house? I could help them with their real estate needs. Of course, you got to come up with your script, your secret sauce of what makes you you, what makes you unique, and why they want to do business with you, and put that all into your script, your sales pitch, your communication, whatever you want to call it. You have to have that. Kind of like every batter, every baseball player has their own style of hitting. Do they bunt? Do they go for the home run? Do they go for the base hit? How they swing? How do they get ready? Everybody's different with that. And you just got to find a way that makes you feel comfortable. And this is not hard work. If you hate this, and I'm sorry to say this, and doing this for 29 years and seeing and coaching and helping hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of agents, especially over the last 23 years of having Century 21 HomeStar, this is the one thing that agents have a problem with. They come to terms somewhere between the time they start and the time that they fail. I'm talking about the ones that fail, is that they come to terms that they do not like to talk to people. They don't like to have conversations. They're too worried about bothering people and upsetting them for calling. If you got into real estate and you're worried about upsetting people because you call them a couple times a year or once or twice a year, or that you're sorry, tough love, you're in the wrong business. You can't be scared of calling people. It's the phone in today's day and age. Let me just go back. I'm just going to compare, back in dinosaur land of 29 years ago in real estate, we used to have to call when people didn't have cell phones. When did we call them? When they're at home, when they get home from work, when they between the time they're getting work and dinner or right after dinner. We're interrupting more often their dinner, their time with their family, their downtime, because we're trying to catch them at that kitchen phone with the long cord that's on the wall while they're in their kitchen or in their family room. And today, and people didn't have caller ID, so they picked up the phone all of the time because they didn't know who was on the other line. So they had to pick up the phone, and they might think it's their kids or their parents or someone else, and they're sometimes disappointed it's you. The point I'm telling you is that today, people know it's you calling their phone. They have caller ID. They should be stored in your phone. If they pick up the phone, they want to talk to you. You should never be scared of calling anybody in today's day and age with today's technology. Never, ever, ever feel scared. They pick up the phone. They know it's you. They want to talk to you. They should know why. They should know why you're calling, because you've called them several times over years, checking in on them, seeing how they're doing, seeing if they need your help, asking for referrals. So if they pick up the phone, that fear should be gone away, and you should be happy. They're like, this person wants to talk to me and wants to give me business because they picked up the phone and they answered it. So this is a time of all times to go back to the phone. This is not a time to not use the phone. This is more often than ever before. This is a time where you shouldn't be scared of it. And you can breeze through messages, because people send you the voicemail that don't want to talk to you, and they have an easy out. If they never want to hear from you again, they could just text a message like, "Hey Tony, thank you for following up with me, but my brother-in-law got his real estate license, and I'm never going to use anybody else but you." Good. They sent a nice, easy text to tell me never take me off their list. They have that easy option to tell you never to call them again. So if you call people and you leave them messages, call them twice a year for 10 years. You've called them 20, 30, 40 times over your career, and it goes to voicemail every time. What do? You continue to leave those voicemails because they never asked you to stop. That's my tip for the day. Never stop until they ask you to stop. And then it depends upon how they ask you to stop, because sometimes they're like, well, no, stop. You don't have to call me twice a year, 3 times a year. I'm not looking to buy a house for 10 years. Great. Then move them on. Call them once a year, once every other year. Keep them on your database somehow. So that's it for today. I'm sorry it went longer than I thought I was going to be. But find your daily number. And if you hit that number every day consistently and practice and do it, the fear will go away. You'll get those transactions. You'll get those buyers. You'll get those sellers. Just got to hone in those skills. And those skills are the scripts, the things that you're going to say when you get them on the phone, your notes of what you talked to them last, and the things that you could talk about them now. So you just don't wing it. You just can't go up there and wing it. You have to have a plan. So remember, use me as a resource if you want to go over your daily number of how many transactions you want to close, how many people you got to talk to, or getting your database set up, or ideas on what to use. I'm here for a resource. I'll be happy to schedule the time with you. So that's it for today. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow at noon. Bye-bye.